Hello, everyone. One of my biggest goals for the year was to make a collection of art to put in coffee shop or brewery and sell it there. Um, it is a very intimidating and scary goal to have, especially because all the doubts, all the numbers and deciding what to price and all that sort of thing. It's super intimidating, you know. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I want that collection to be. For a long time, I did kind of surrealistic kinds of paintings, which is really fun, and I still do them. But then I kind of started doing a little bit more realistic landscaping paintings, mostly kind of mountain scenes. Let me show you the painting that kind of started that journey for me. This is the painting that started my love for landscape painting, and it was the first one I was ever super proud of. And I love looking at it when I'm sitting in bed literally every day. It is something that I'm super proud of. One of my favorite things to do is to make art for people in my life, and I love giving it to them. It's just the way that I show my appreciation and love for those around me, and because of that, I've spent a lot of the last year making things for other people, which, don't get me wrong, I love doing, and I will continue to do it because I like to. But that was taking up a lot of my time, gifts for friends, family, and all of that. So I finally decided that I'm going to make a painting for myself, and I'm going to make it beautiful and exactly what I want. And I came up with this idea. I ended up making myself a bench, side table, and matching dresser, which I love so much and I'm also super proud of. It has Scandinavian or Norwegian rose mauling on it, and that's kind of the inspiration of it. That's this folk art that's on here, and I have a whole video on the process of that if you want to go watch it. But that also inspired me to look at the Western kind of old frames and I guess motifs is maybe the word, of the flourishes that they put on things on their jewelry and leather and that sort of thing. I think it's so beautiful. And so I thought I'd kind of combine them a little bit and make my love for landscape painting and rose mauling and Western art, put it all together into a landscape with a decorative frame almost around it. And so I'll show you the test piece that I made before I made the large one. So this is the first piece that I made in the style that I kind of had an idea for. It is just a landscape that I made up in my mind. And then it has the kind of decorative frame around it a little bit. This was actually some old canvas thing that had an inspirational quote on it from an old roommate, and so I just painted over it. So that was perfect. I didn't have to really spend any money on a canvas for it. And what I really love about it is the gold, coppery bronze kind of painting, dots and small details on it. It just looks so much more interesting, in my opinion. I kind of wish I didn't do the light blue on the corners, but that's why we do test pieces. Um, but it was great to know that when I originally painted this, it was a lot lighter, this orange, and I hated it. It was so ugly, in my opinion. And so then I just painted it over again. I think I painted over it like 3 or 4 times, honestly. And so this is what we came up with, and I ended up loving it. And that brings us to this one, which I did a whole video about hanging it. And if you want to see that one too. But I love this painting. I'm so proud of it. It is of Yellowstone National Park, and I love literally everything about it. And I'm again so proud of it. But this ultimately made me decide that this is what I want to make my collection about. The collection is going to be landscapes with the painted decorative frame around it. It's all going to be Montana landscapes for this collection. I figured because I'm here, people might be more interested in seeing or purchasing something that they have seen themselves and they want a little piece of. That's how I like to have my decorations, is either if it's just super pretty or if it's something that's meaningful to me, then I think people will just connect with it a lot more. And um, it is going to be difficult making this collection because I do work full time, and my goal is to have this collection done by the fall time and hopefully get it into a place. I think I need to do about like one a week, one painting a week, and maybe 10 to 15. Um, Probably like a few small ones and then a couple big ones. Um, and then I also need to find a place that has a large scanning system, like scanner, so that I can then make prints of these things. Because one of like selfishly, I really don't want to let these paintings go because I love them and I worked hard on them. So if I can have a print myself, that'd be awesome. And then I could sell prints and make it more accessible to the average person as well, because art is expensive and it's not super accessible to people. Um, I need to contact all these companies and hope that they like my art and would want to hang it up in their business. Um, I also need to figure out a way to organize it in like an Excel spreadsheet of the things that I have, and just so I stay organized and don't like forget something. I know the pricing, which is a whole other thing I need to figure out to do. There's a lot that's going to go on with this thing, but I have officially started the process and I thought I would share that with you guys. Um, I think those are super interesting to watch and come to life. I love the behind the scenes of things, and I'm really, really excited to show you guys how it's going. Um, the next video that's coming up is going to be a process of one of the paintings that I made for this collection. And so you'll be able to watch the whole process of it. Um, yeah, I am just super excited for all of this. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date and join me on this journey of creating an art collection, my first art collection. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. It's just